Clearing Mist by Dominic Finch. Read by Bridgestock. A girl sits at her desk, head rested in her hands. Her dusky hair, like a silver night elbow in the gloom of twilight, falls over her face, a silk gown. She leans to face a dwindling flame, her pale, moonlight cheeks lighting up like a star. Her eyes are dreamy and unfocused, their green tint a yellowish hue in the dim candlelight. Pulling out a slim, stylish pen, she brings her head up and sighs. Her dreamy, distracted eyes slowly focus, piercing green, glowing with intelligence and curiosity. A small curled parchment is placed on the smooth ebony desk, and a black reservoir steadily curves its contents onto the paper. The girl's hands move this way and that, leaving a trail of darkness, weaving individual, elegant forms, larger structures, finally forming entire cities of words. She slowly designs her entire world of words for hours, as her candle, as slow as a snail streaking underwater, burns towards the silver capital on which it is placed. Eventually, as the sun bleeds red from under the curtains, the candle burns out, and the girl sits back and sighs. Her work was complete. Caligo corpus appeared at Reppenfil margin, like the dead emerging from their grave, crawling from the slippery darkness beneath. His figure was slight, near invisible the thick mist, and engulfed by a substance called mud. One long brittle arm clung onto a rigid case, flecks of gold visible beneath its wet murky cloak. Stretching one leg then another, he took 2 lumbering strides forward, walking with elegance of a 2-year-old with crutches. His body rigid, he broke into a stumbling run, glancing behind himself frequently, a fish being chased by a shark of colossal dimensions. Both arms now clamped upon his strange chest. He tripped, fell hard. He didn't get up. The dirt beneath him fell away, reeling a great circular chasm, smooth and perfect, yet hideous and rough. Caligo's body didn't fall, however. It remained trapped like a fly in a spider's web, seemingly levitating over nothing. The case, though, was oblivious to the alteration in the laws of physics, and slipped through his limp arms, leaving Caligo stranded with nothing. The mist consumed him. Caligo awoke to a burning cold searing in his limbs like an open fire. His eyes shot open, quick as a bullet, and he screamed. His body was beaten, weak, confused. He tried to maintain control as tidal waves of pain crashed over him, unrelenting and omnipotent. He clung on desperately to consciousness, clawing pointlessly at the tendrils of its existence as pain leapt from every corner conceivable. Darkness took over once again. Haze obscured his vision. 2 dark silhouettes shuffled. He groaned. A deafening whirring caught his sapped soul and yanked it to a harsh, blinding reality. The grey film cleared, revealing 2 peculiar figures. The first was tall and wiry, somewhat too tall for his build. Were he a few inches shorter, would be all the more handsome. It was as if he'd stopped growing, only to be stretched on a medieval rack 1/2 foot more. His face was mostly obscured by a black scraggy beard that clung to his skin like winter-ravaged ivy tendrils. He met Caligo's gaze, not with shyness, but with a blunt refusal to avert his gaze. I want to see those half-familiar features devoid of warmth, like they were stolen. The second was even taller, with a broad-plated frame, flawless and menacing. Beams of blue light cut through the droid's multi-dimensional frame and illuminated the inky black of stretched man's cloak. 2 large propellers protruded from its broad metal shoulders, whirling like a distressed fly attempting to break through the glass. Its face was silver and featureless, spare 2 red incisions to perform as eyes. Its arms were full, clutching a gold-ribbed rectangular form that Caligo recognized. The case. Caligo's drowse disappeared. He leapt up and made for the case. Stretchman and propeller spirited away, not sparing a glance behind, not making a sound. They leapt over the enormous cavern without hesitation. dashing over the margin like gazelles, swiftly and elegantly. Caligo, however, had no such grace, stumbling around the chasm timidly, tripping over the margin with his small frame swaying uncontrollably. He leapt into the mud, fully intending to continue the chase with his prey, only to immediately sink waist-deep into the black, lifeless clay. Propeller returned slowly and confidently. Caligo's world went black.